Speaking of not easy, man, this is what I love about Hard Knocks and NFL Films. This story on Darren Waller. Have you heard of him? Did you hear of him before last night?
I did not know who he was.
Okay. I'd not heard of him. So anytime that there's a player that's brought up in the last 2 weeks that's not Antonio Brown during this broadcast, I'll be very honest with you. I'm brutally honest. I'm like, okay, really? Like, let's get to the meat and potatoes here. But the folks at HBO and obviously NFL Films and are doing their Hard Knocks due diligence, telling stories about a whole bunch of people. With all due respect, it was a beautiful shot of Luke Wilson on a boat.
That was cool with his dad.
With his dad. It was a great, beautiful shot of Golden Gate Bridge, whatever. But I want to know about Antonio Brown. I want to know what you got. I want you to see it on the screen. What do you have? But I'm willing to just go down because these are master storytellers at NFL Films. And it was a really great, fun episode last night that started with Frank Caliendo coming out and imitating John Gruden. And then they used the Hard Knocks music underneath to start the open with Caliendo giving a fake speech to the team. It was great. And Caliendo's joining us in hour number 3. But there's nothing better than learning about players who are trying to make it in the NFL and who are going through a comeback and find out what the comeback is and overcoming adversity, their own, in this case, adversity that Waller, a tight end, as Liev Schreiber described in the voiceover copy last night, 6 tight ends trying to get 4 spots. There's a game of musical chairs where 2 guys aren't going to make it. And Waller is in his second go-around at the NFL with the Raiders here now after having problems with the Ravens. I don't want to say it. I will let Waller describe it. There's no justice other than just hearing it from his mouth.
I was in Baltimore. I was just like a vegetable. I was like getting high literally every day. Whatever I get my hands on, it was like opiates first, like oxy pills, stuff like that, Xanax, cocaine, not caring about anything, like any kind of consequences or anything like that.
Let's go, Waller! You all right? Get up.
Yeah, I didn't really know if I really, wanted to be there. I was just like super burnt out, and I was like, am I going to stick with it or am I going to just, fold up?
Bark it off, man.
And so I was just like plotting to sabotage myself, my way out of the league. So it's just like, so I didn't look like a quitter. It was just like, the league put me out of my misery and I'll just go on about my business kind of thing.
I mean, you could pick my jaw up from the floor when I heard that. And again, the NFL Films folks using footage that they had from when they were in Ravens camp with John Harbaugh. And you're seeing Waller basically, he was high on the field. He basically said this is what he was doing. He was getting high to try and get through what he knew was going to be the tough journey to make the NFL and creating his own excuses with an addiction because he wanted it to be on the NFL, not him. It's the reason why he didn't make the NFL. And the fact that he went to a boarding school or something like that to get through it. And now he's
Crazy
back
story.
And he's clean. And to use the Mayock phrase, it looks like he's clean off the field. And he's balling out that everybody in camp, I'm getting goosebumps just recounting this, everybody in camp there, when they were asked by, I guess, the Madden people that were there with the rating system. It was great seeing Abram go at them.
Yep.
Boy, that guy, Jonathan Abram, I cannot wait to watch ball out. This is a guy that is a total, you want to see what's a Mayock draft pick? That guy who's about ball and ball hunting and is coming for everybody from Madden Raiders to his own coach to anybody who doesn't play for the Raiders.
When he gets let loose, man.
I can't wait to watch him play ball.
Yeah, he is going to
But anyway, everybody was asked, who's the guy flashing? They said this kid Waller. And again, kudos to everybody. The Raiders, HBO, NFL Films, and yes, the NFL, where everybody creates the NFL, everything's going to be shown in a light that only paints the best possible picture for the NFL. This guy's talking about being high and taking everything under the sun. And NFL Films is showing video of John Harbaugh going up to the guy at practicing, what's the matter with you? And Harbaugh has no idea what's going on in this kid's system and brain. I mean, to use that footage to support this story was just mind-blowing to me. And incredible television. Because you want to talk about stories and journeys? This one's one to root for. And I was about to tweet out, like, okay, make a fantasy note. And I thought to myself, thank goodness I didn't send that tweet, because we look at stuff.
We think about it.
About fantasy and about our virtual reality of rooting for players and teams. And this is a human being going through this or having gone through this and is back. And kudos to Mayock and Gruden and the Raiders to give him a shot. I am rooting for him. And he looks good.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.